You feel something strange in your leg. The intense stimulation makes you feel like an angel. You think you're dreaming, but the real feeling excites you. You suddenly wake up and find your dog happily watching you. You feel nauseous, but you realize another use for your dog. Your husband is at your neighbor's house, and you crave love because of your physical needs. This sudden distorted happiness leaves you bewildered. You reach out to touch the dog's head, tentatively stroking it. The dog looks at you with a strange expression. It simply likes you, seeing you as its parent, and you feel like a foolish, perverted person. The dog doesn't understand your reckless behavior, and you become the victim of this farce. This tragedy isn't fiction. It actually happened in a small Texas town. The dog's owner is now buried in the ground, suffering from rabies. Now I hope you truly understand some of your dog's behaviors, because you may have misunderstood your dog. And this misunderstanding may have persisted for years, happening every day. Your dog has been telling you something through its body language and eyes, the direction they turn when the world gets loud and uncertain. And you missed it, not because you don't care. You clearly do. You feed them the good stuff. You take them on walks. You let them hog the couch. But caring and understanding are two completely different things. And most dog owners are drowning in one while starving for the other. See, when fear hits, a dog doesn't think. Instinct fires first. Some dogs bolt, some dogs go stiff. But there's a specific kind of dog that does something eerily human. Not at the door, not at the noise. They look at you, directly at your face. Researchers at the Budapest Family Dog Project gave this a name: social referencing. It's the exact same neurological behavior a toddler uses when they stumble into something unfamiliar. A small child doesn't evaluate danger on their own. Think about what that actually means. In the raw, unfiltered moment where survival instinct hijacks every decision, your dog's brain doesn't say run, it doesn't say bark. It says find them, find their face. That's not obedience. You didn't teach that with a treat bag. That's something wired so deep it mirrors the bond between a parent and child. And you were too busy petting them to even notice it was happening. So the next time something startles your dog, don't move. Just watch where their eyes go first. Because what happens next when your dog feels completely safe, it reveals something even harder to ignore. Picture this from your dog's side for a second. They have one thing in this world that's truly theirs. One object they carry from room to room, sleep on top of. They guard it if another animal gets too close. That ratty, chewed-up toy is their entire economy. It's the only possession they will ever own. And one day, without being asked, they walk over to you. They set it down at your feet and just sit there. No barking, no bouncing, no nudging it toward your hand. They place it and wait. Most people reach down and chuck it across the room. Totally reasonable, it looks like a game. But behavioral researchers tracked this exact interaction and found something that changes the math completely. In pack structures, voluntarily surrendering a high-value resource isn't play. It's a declaration. It signals trust and rank acknowledgement and social bonding all at once. Your dog isn't lobbying for fetch. They're handing you the single most valuable thing in their possession and saying, take it, it's yours, because you're mine. Think about what that actually costs them. They get no treat for it, no reward. There's no trained cue triggering the behavior. They just decided, on their own, that the thing they protect from every other living creature belongs right there in front of you. That's an offering, and the data behind pack resource sharing is clear. It only happens toward members the animal considers family, not just familiar. So next time that soggy, half-destroyed toy lands at your feet, and your dog locks eyes with you in total silence, don't move. Just sit with them for a moment. Because from where they're standing, they just gave you everything they had. Here is something most people get completely wrong. That full-body meltdown your dog throws the second you open the front door. The spinning, the whining, the tail wagging so hard their spine bends. You probably just laugh it off. 20 minutes at the grocery store and they act like you returned from the dead. You think it's cute, right, completely harmless. Except what is actually firing inside their brain in that moment should stop you cold. Researchers published a study showing that simple eye contact between a dog and their owner triggers a flood of oxytocin. Not just a little bump, the exact same hormonal loop that locks a mother to her newborn child. Your dog is not performing excitement. Their neurochemistry is treating your return like an infant's brain, treating the reappearance of its only source of survival. Scientists ran something called the Strange Situation Test on dogs, a protocol originally built to measure attachment in human babies. What they found was almost uncomfortable. Dogs showed genuine distress when their owner left the room. Not mild unease, actual distress. And the moment that person came back, the dog flooded toward them, seeking contact, seeking closeness, seeking proof. They did not do this with strangers or people they recognized, only with the one person they had bonded to most deeply. Now think about what that means from your dog's side of the equation. You hold the only thing they value, and you walk out the door with it every single day. A study found dogs greeted their owners with measurably more intensity after 2 hours compared to 30 minutes. They cannot read a clock, but they feel your absence, probably through your scent fading from the room, or some internal rhythm we still do not fully understand. The longer you are gone, the heavier that gap becomes. Most people have no idea that their dog runs a silent check on them dozens of times a day. Your dog is napping in the hallway, dead asleep, perfectly comfortable. And then, for no visible reason, they get up. They pad across the house, find whatever room you're in, and drop right back down on the floor next to you. They traded a warm spot they already had, just to be 3 feet closer to you. That's not boredom. That's not clinginess. Behaviorists call it proximity monitoring, and it mirrors exactly what a small child does when they wander into the kitchen, not because they're hungry, but because they need to confirm that you're still there. Your dog doesn't need a treat. They don't need the door opened. They need to know you haven't disappeared. And here's where it gets heavier. When your dog finally falls asleep, every survival instinct they carry goes quiet. They can't watch for danger. They can't react. They're completely exposed. So the position they choose in that moment isn't random. If your dog curls up facing a wall, they're protecting themselves. But if they consistently fall asleep with their face pointed at you, they've made a decision that most people never even register. No one's watching. There's no treat coming. No walk being promised. No reason at all to orient in any particular direction. And yet their body drifts toward you. Every other sign on this list has noise behind it. The startled glance, the door greeting, the toy delivery. Those are all moments where your dog is actively choosing you. This one isn't a choice at all. It's what's left when choice is removed. And the default setting is you. That's not trained. You didn't teach that with a command or a treat pouch. That's something so wired into how they feel about you that it operates even when they're unconscious. I'm not going to sit here and tell you this means your relationship is perfect, or that you've unlocked some secret level of dog ownership. Maybe your dog faces the other direction. Maybe they sleep in a different room entirely. That doesn't erase everything else. Bonds aren't pass or fail. They shift, they grow, they have rough patches, just like anything worth having. But tonight, you've got one small thing you can actually do. When the house gets quiet and your dog settles in, put your phone away for 30 seconds and just look. Don't wake them. Don't reposition them. Don't overthink it. And if you see their nose pointed your way, pay attention to what that does to your chest. Drop a comment and tell me, which way does your dog face when they fall asleep? I want to hear it.